There's a new trailer for Marvel's biggest Disney Plus show, What If? There's a lot more than meets the eye, so let's see what you missed. The trailer opens with the first episode's initial shots from the Iron Man movie. To briefly explain, there will be 23 episodes, each episode taking on a plot that could have happened from each individual MCU film. In Iron Man's case, back in 2008, he was lucky enough to have Killmonger from Black Panther movie save his life. If you remember, Killmonger did serve in the military and was even named Killmonger for his bloodthirsty amount of enemy kills in the service. So we'll get a taste of that action from his origin in this show. In the following shot, we see the Ancient One and Doctor Strange pursuing down a hallway, followed by shots of Doctor Strange transcending throughout his origin story, and it seems like his what if story will be about him never getting into his accident and never hurting his hands. As a result, the Ancient One seeks out Strange and shows him his destiny, or at least that's what we can assume. We then get a shot of the Avengers, and a similar shot from the Avengers film. We get a shot of the Guardians of the Galaxy, this time around with Black Panther T'Challa as Star-Lord. Then a Thanos sword-wielding Gamora, obviously a take on Gamora being eternally loyal to Thanos. And I think this Black Panther could even be King T'Chaka's Black Panther, T'Challa's father. The only way for that to happen is to rip these characters from their timelines, which could only be done for a contest of champions setting. Think about it, this group being so diverse with characters all across Marvel's diverse, like Captain Britain, Black Panther, Gamora, Star-Lord. I think it's the contest of champions where the Grandmaster and the Collector verse off against each other while competing teams with assembled characters from across the Marvel universe. I guarantee that is what this episode is about. Following that is the shots of T'Challa entering the place the Power Stone was in Guardians. Following that is a shot of Banner turning into the Hulk in front of Black Widow, coupled with a scene from the episode that will show what if Ultron had succeeded in bringing down Sokovia, destroying the planet, remodeling the planet to his liking, and it seems like the strongest Avengers, both Hulk and Thor, are the only ones left around to stop Ultron. Ultron was even successful in transferring his consciousness into Vision like he planned. Following that is a scene that shows Nick Fury versus the forces of Loki and Asgard, and even later in the trailer we see the Destroyer in the background. We then get a shot of Howard the Duck being released from his cell in the Collector's room in the Guardians of the Galaxy. By the look of the blown door, it seems like the collection will meet an explosive end, just like it did in the Guardians movie. Peggy Carter is Captain Britain in the Captain America the First Avenger What If episode, even carrying Captain Britain's Sword of Might from the comics. This gothic Doctor Strange is actually confirmed to be Doctor Strange Supreme from the Funko Pops released for the series, which is totally a new character. In the more Captain Britain shots, you can see young Howard Stark behind her from the first Captain America movies. Hey, you made it this far, so you might as well subscribe if you're new, as well as hitting that notification bell so you don't miss another video just like this one. The scene of Peggy Carter introducing herself as Captain Carter in whatever jail cell she's breaking people out of is pulled straight from the scene in the first Avenger movie where Cap breaks the Halloween Commandos out of jail, introducing himself as Captain America. Arnim Zola gets a cameo in the trailer. This looks like the zombified version of the Ancient One with her yellow jacket on, in what I think is Dormammu's Dark Dimension. Remember, the Ancient One pulled power from the Dark Dimension, and we know those who go to the Dark Dimension to embrace Dormammu's power looking like zombified versions of themselves. So this looks to be true of the Ancient One as well. In this shot of the Ravengers, you can see Jaimin Hansu's character from the first Guardians film, followed by Kraglin and Taserface. With Taserface being in this part of the trailer means this is the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie episode. Even later, getting a shot of Ego in some kind of restaurant. I think in Missouri, because if T'Challa is Star-Lord, then Peter was left on Earth. Where else would he be except Missouri? Then we get a Spider-Man shot of Peter Parker with his mask off and honestly looking at least 24 or something. But he still wears the Stark Tech suit that he got in Civil War, so maybe this is a what if episode if Peter didn't become Spider-Man until later on or something. The zombified Iron Man wears the same suit from Avengers Infinity War, meaning in this episode is a what if riff on Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Also, is that Pepper Potts hanging out with Shuri in the Dora Milaje, blowing up a door in Asgard? And then shots of Scarlet Witch becoming Scarlet Witch earlier on than WandaVision, where she unlocks her full potential of her capabilities. Followed by a Black Widow shot throwing Captain America's darkened shield from the second Captain America movie, meaning this is from the what if riff of the Winter Soldier film, which Black Widow was a part of. It seems like the Black Panther episode will see forces of Wakanda face off against the ones that follow Killmonger, just like the plot of the climax of Black Panther film. The Kree soldier asking if T'Challa's statement is some kind of catchphrase is similar to the Kree soldier in the first Guardians film, when he was confused as to who Star-Lord was. The scene of Yondu killing the Kree soldiers with his arrow pulled straight out of the first Guardians film when he killed those Kree soldiers with his arrow in the field. Lastly, in one of the shards, you can see an animated version of Obadiah Stane from the first Iron Man film. What I miss, what'd you miss? Let's discuss in the comments below. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of your day.